At first glance, you probably wouldn't believe this Salvation Army's Center of Hope supervisor had once slept in these beds, kept possessions in these lockers, or even lived on these streets for over 6 years. But they're all a part of Christina Kitchen's incredible life journey, which started out tougher than most.
Life growing up was pretty difficult. I grew up in a pretty dysfunctional household. My mom was codependent. My stepfather was an alcoholic. There was a lot of physical and sexual abuse.
At only 12 years old, Kitchen had her first child.
I was a baby trying to take care of a baby. I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. Here I had this precious little child that I did not know how to parent.
Drugs and alcohol became her vice. And by 21 years old, Kitchen had 6 children and a powerful addiction to methamphetamine.
I was 18 when I first tried meth for the first time, and they say you don't immediately get addicted. I was addicted. All the guilt and the shame, it masked it, so I didn't feel it at all.
Kitchen finally hit rock bottom when Child Protective Services came for her 8th baby.
The day that I gave birth to my daughter, CPS came to the hospital and they took her from me. The reality of that, to me, that was my awakening. God stepped into my life and awoke me at that moment, because the thought of what I had went through before and what I put my kids through, because I love my children. I love them dearly. I couldn't quit for them. And then the reality, I got pregnant with this baby, and oh my God, I might bring this baby into this world and ruin this baby's life like I did my older kids. I stopped using. I said, I am done.
After checking into rehab and getting back custody of her daughter, Kitchen still needed to find a shelter that would take them in. And on October 31st of 2006 in Marysville, she found her salvation.
I went into the Salvation Army Depot. And that's really where my recovery, my growth, everything started from that day.
For the next 15 years, Kitchen would work her way up through the ranks of the Salvation Army, get her certification as a drug and alcohol counselor, and become the emergency shelter supervisor of a place that has a 63% success rate for people just like her.
I thought that I was going to be an addict for the rest of my life, and that would consume me and kill me, honestly. I never imagined a million years that I would be a successful woman in society and a part of society. I never, ever could fathom being a supervisor of anything.
On top of her success, Kitchen has reunited with all of her children and loves spending time with all 14 of her grandchildren.
I feel like I'm kind of giving back to my own kids through my grandchildren, you know? And I'm giving back everything that the Salvation Army gave to me every day that I come to work.
In Sacramento, Melanie Townsend, Fox 40 News.